Today, we're going to a 4-year-old's birthday party, and I'm planning on talking about some of the things that have gone wrong with my car over the time that I've owned it. Cameron's parties are always awesome. Unfortunately, I've just got to quickly nip out and get some Benadryl because I forgot to bring any with me, and my hay fever always suffers in London. Luckily, I have brought some last mile transportation with me. One nice thing about London, you're never far from useful shops. Excellent, and now nobody has to witness my face exploding.
What happened?
You're the real star of my YouTube channel, aren't you, Jasper? You look at the kid's sweets, so. That does look good. What is it?
Do you want to help me judge? So will you help me judge?
Okay, now at that point all of you would have been out, but we're not going to do that because it's a trial.
And that was the start.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks, babe.
That was an amazing party, but it's over now and it's time to go home.
We have a nightmare when we get.
When Mummy's finished wiping your face, can you tell me if you've had fun?
She had a whole tray.
I had fun, Mum.
Good boy, I'm glad. And we had a whole tray of Haribo.
Okay, issues with my Tesla, because, you know, nothing is perfect. Well, where do I start? No, seriously, I haven't really had a lot of issues. Jasper! Yeah, good question. What was the first thing? Well, there was a bit of rubber that came loose. One of the seals on the left rear door. They just stuck that down when I next took it in. That was easy. Not in there, Jasper! No, we're going home now, monkey. Also, I had a bit of a spring that was sort of, I think it was a spring that was sticking up on the side of the driver's seat. So they replaced the rear seat base. Oh, I tell you what the very first thing was. The windscreen wipers were rubbish, the original ones. So what I did was I replaced them. I actually did that myself with some Bosch wipers, and they were miles better. Now I remember, the very first thing actually wasn't any of those. It was the LED light strip along the back at the top. 3 or 4 of the LEDs stopped working, so they fixed that. All of these things so far happened while it was in bumper-to-bumper warranty. The great thing about warranty repairs is, for the most part, Tesla just sorts it out, and if you can't wait until it's your next service or something like that, then they brought round usually P85 plus, and then took my car away, sorted it all out, and then drove my car back and took the loaner away. So it wasn't any inconvenience for me at all. This board's not for doing tricks. Seriously, it's not.
No, Mum.
Oh, right.
Not like this.
Not backwards, okay, forwards. Whoa.
And not all of the things that I've had to have fixed with this car have been things that have happened under warranty, because I've done a lot of miles. I'm on 72,000 miles now, which means I'm 22,000 miles over the 50,000 mile full warranty. Handily enough, Tesla does come with a drivetrain warranty, which is unlimited miles, 8 years. And that covers the inverter, the motor and the battery, but not things like the ECU. We need to get home now, so that's the current mission.
Go, Mum.
We need to strap you down, Jazzy boy. He's had so much sugar, it's not even funny. Okay, so now we're all back and installed and everything's good. Let's talk about the last few things that I've had trouble with. This is the last of the warranty replaced bits. The rear motor was making a bit of a noise. Well, rear motor, the only motor, it's rear wheel drive. I mean, it's a kind of a whine. You could only hear it at slow speeds. I mentioned it to Tesla. They swapped it out with a new motor. And that basically is the end of the warranty side of things for me, because I hit 50,000 miles. So now, if something goes wrong, ooh, it's all on me, which it did. Now this is actually the only time that the car has actually let me down, as in I wanted to drive somewhere and the car just was not capable of doing it. Behind the rear bumper is a ECU module which takes the tyre pressure sensor readings, communicates them around the rest of the car using the CAN bus. This had an earth to ground fault inside the ECU, and what that meant was that the car could not receive any signals from anything. It didn't know if the traction control was on or off, or ABS, or so basically everything shut down. It turned into the most basic vehicle you can imagine. And then once I actually stopped and tried to put it in park, that was it. It was no longer driving anywhere. Couldn't even get the parking brake off, so we had to put skates under the wheels and drag it onto the back of the tow truck. Went off to Tesla. Luckily it got repaired, reasonable price. It was only £550, relatively cheap bit. I've also learnt since then that this is the kind of thing that actually can go on any car. Then the most recent thing was the door handle. Oh, come on. Now, I have heard it said that I might be a little bit more forgiving with my car than a lot of new owners are with theirs. You know, loads of people sort of complain about the alignment of the chrome on the doors, things like that. That never really bothered me. I was always aware of the fact that I was getting a car that was the first right-hand drive proper car they had designed. They had been making them for a while in the US, but it was the first car they'd ever designed and made totally from scratch themselves, so it was never going to be perfect. And the bits that I really wanted to perform well have performed better than I expected they would, like the battery, for example, and the fact that it's barely gone down in range at all in 72,000 miles. The utility of the vehicle, the size of it, the amount of stuff I can stick in the back or the front, the speed, the acceleration. These are all the things that I really cared about, not whether a piece of chrome was exactly aligned or not. That said, it is something for Tesla to maybe think about trying to work on in the future. I always knew I was taking a fair old risk buying a car from a company that basically didn't make cars before they made this one, and I'm very happy with that decision. I mean, would I buy another one? Hell yes. I think I said in an original Tesla build quality video about 12 months ago I'd buy two. Well, I absolutely would. I'm not quite sure where I'd put them. Get a Model X. Get a Model X for me, and I'm pretty sure Soph wants a Model X as well, and I want to keep that one because it's going to be a classic in 20 years time and probably be worth a fortune. So yeah, I'd buy another two.
There he is.
Hello.
Okay, I want the tablet.
What do you think, Mummy? A little bit of tablets?
Right. I'll go to my listing. So how can
Right, just gonna quickly do a little bit of the old practice, you know, make sure I've not forgotten everything. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye!
the tablet?
Right, now, did you suck your fingers on the way home?
No.
Don't lie. Come on, you have to tell the truth, Jasper. Otherwise, there's no chance.
What's I there to wear?
Because you told the truth, Monkey.
Yeah.
Telling the truth is the most important thing that you can ever do.